Hello everyone and welcome back to the post-apocalyptic wasteland, episode 13, with some grand new ideas, weapons, lots of outfits and armors of course, as usual, and a really huge mod which literally goes sky high. Now let's get a bit high ourselves with some intro. Starting with something really interesting this time, a mod which opens lots of possibilities. Advanced Animation Framework by dagobaking. This framework can't do much on its own, it's designed to work together with mods like posers or animation mods. It can also make certain features possible, like additional behavior controls, relationship features, or new menus. This, without a doubt, reminds on a framework mod of the same kind of complexity and possibilities, but for Skyrim. OSA was the name. It allowed to create impressive animated scenarios and cutscenes, at least theoretically, because in the end it ended up only being used as a sex mod, better known as O-sex. Phew, this is how it usually goes. As for AAF, this is an alpha release, and so far the only use it has is together with poser mods like Dave's poses or Chino's poses for example. You will also need to update those mods to make them compatible with AAF. Then in-game you can use the home button to open an interface and select characters. You will then be able to cycle through animations, which is actually really awesome. It definitely beats entering play idle command for each pose. And you can also select several characters and use paired animations on them, which is even more awesome. This makes creating scenes for screenshots so much easier and faster. So, despite being just an alpha release, this mod already has some good use. Of course, it's also interesting to see how it develops in the future and whether it will evolve into something big, glorious and game-changing, or follow into the footsteps of its Skyrimese brother and, well, you know. The next mod is a little fix for a possible oversight by Bethesda. Power Armor Frame Core Socket Hole Fix by MadCat221. Did you ever notice that the hole for the power cores on power armors goes all the way through? This is actually very noticeable every time you inject a new core in one of the power armors. That also means that the power core actually ends up right at your back. It doesn't sound very comfortable having a miniature nuclear reactor constantly poking you in the back. With this mod, this space inside the suit will be closed off and protected by an additional wall. Being a mechanic, I totally know how real the hazard of a battery blowing up is, especially combined with gunfire and explosions, and considering the fact that it's a futuristic, nuclear-powered battery we are talking about here, yes, this fix absolutely makes sense to me. Power armor is good, but we also need something else. As a certain smart man said, we need guns. Lots of guns. MTS-255 Revolver Shotgun by ExpoAlt. This weapon does not look that special on the first glance. Simple, sawn-off shotgun, right? Similar to the vanilla one. But the fact that it's actually a revolver shotgun, in other words, it's a revolver which uses shotgun shells, makes it truly unique and an interesting weapon. It's not a 6-shooter, but a 5-shooter by the way, and what really shines here is the amount of customization this mod delivers. Depending on your playstyle and preferences, you can turn it from a short handgun revolver type to a long and long-range hunting rifle. And of course all the possible combinations in between. Also, a somewhat futuristic and well-fitting into Fallout style is available with glowing sights and a bulky silencer. Different receivers, barrels, sights as usual too. You can also craft 2 different equipable items to wear on the back or use together with visible weapons. Besides that, there are also 8 damage modifiers, 4 different ammunition types including incineration and explosive ones. You can pretty much go from a revolver-like handgun to a explosive shell-using sniper revolver rifle. Just imagine, sniping with a revolver. What kind of mad world have we created here? The next weapon mod is another futuristic looking weapon, LC1 Laser Carbine by Matrix Aran. Looks like we are going full Institute again. Actually, it doesn't really fit into the Institute theme, because the Institute weapons look really bulky and blocky. Actually, all the laser weapons in Fallout 4 look like they were designed for Lego people or something, but this one is really slim, and fit, and sexy. It looks more like a real-life futuristic weapon than something from Fallout. Now, there are not that many customization options for this one, really only the basic stuff, and actually everything you need. And definitely enough to use this weapon in different situations and have fun with it. You can equip it with a beam splitter, for example, and turn it into an energy shotgun for up-close and personal conversations. Less range, more damage. You know, the usual stuff. The next weapon is coincidentally another revolver. Chiappa Rhino Revolver by Bloodsmeat08. Now this is what I call juicy. Not sure why we have so much extra thick revolver action this time, but it's certainly not a bad thing. And on top of that, it's such a massive looking handgun, it sure looks like one of Ronnie Coleman's quads on a good day. For this weapon we have a bit more customization options. 4 receivers, 3 sides, 3 barrels, 1 barrel weight to make it look like the gun used in the Total Recall movie, by the way, 1 very vicious looking blade attachment for close ranged attacks, a laser, and also 9 very stylish looking skins, including some flower power ones. Because nothing says peace more than a gun which could make your head explode like a watermelon with only 1 shot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Armor display, fashion show, or maybe something in between. Let's start with TERA Rogue by Derbsdale. More TERA stuff, and this one actually looks quite on point. Not too skimpy, not too fantasy-like, not too colorful, still somewhat protective. There are pants and a skirt, and also 2 different pairs of shoes. Decent outfit. The next mod deals with vanilla outfits. Classy Chases Outfitter by Graf Panzer. Well, I don't know if those outfits are truly classy or what, but those are over 20 female vanilla outfits remodeled with the aim to create, quotes, a happy medium between sexy and slutty. 2 files to choose from, either a replacer or separate craftable outfits. So anyway, about not being too slutty, okay, I agree, compared to certain other mods, this is still a very conservative attire. Not sure if one would wear this kind of stuff in post-apocalyptic times, but yeah. Let me just say here, glorious post-apocalyptic Caucasian master race. But wait, guess what? There is always more slutty. Franky Swimsuit by Francesco84in. That's right, there is no escape. This might not be a bikini, but considering the amount of cloth used here, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm also very curious what purpose this little buckle thing serves. Well, whatever, summer is coming, so why not? Might as well bring out all the assets. And now, I have a question for you. Do you like caps? No, I'm not talking about bottle caps, I'm talking about tactical caps. 2RTR high-speed caps by 2RTR Thumness. Yes, very tactical. Can't stop a bullet, but looks cool. There are lots of different skins, but unfortunately I can't show them to you, because I get a CTD when I try to use those caps in the armor workbench. I'm not 100% sure it's this mod. I read it can happen because of keywords, so I tried reinstalling the keyword mod and also Armorsmith Extended and so on, but nothing helped. It also only happened with those caps, so maybe that's it. And here comes another very tactical headgear piece. War Ribbon by Sung Jong. Another mod which was released for Skyrim originally, must be a bit older because I don't know this one. So yes, nice model, lots of different colors, as previously mentioned, highly tactical and will sure help you survive the horrors of post-apocalyptia. Now unfortunately it only shows up on females. Well, that's what I get for playing a male, I guess. Okay people, let's be serial, tell me, do you like to get high sometimes? Because the next mod will get us so high, it's just... ooh, I mean, Age of Airships by Galejro. First of all, wow, this mod is gigantic, so many new places to explore. I was literally shocked when I saw the file size was only 5.1 megabytes. The mod is about bringing the golden time of airships experience to Fallout 4, which is totally fitting because Bridwin and all, you can access those ships from different places in the Commonwealth. And so I went aboard the Armageddon and holy shit, the interiors look impressive. Some of those ships are actually supposed to be reconstructions of historical ships, so it's kinda like going to an interactive 3D museum. This is awesome. From here you can also immersively fast travel with those vertibird models, and if you access some of those other models, like this train here for example, you will be able to take place in some historical battles, or battles inspired from other games like Battlefield 1. Oh goddamn those commie bastards! Oh, I'm gonna show them some Commonwealth justice! This mod is amazing. Have I mentioned this already? I don't even wanna know how much time went into all this. And the author is planning to expand it further by adding more missions in the future. Another very nice bonus is, some of those airships can be used as fully functional player homes. Those ships is probably what impressed me the most, just because of how beautiful the interiors are. Well, the thing with the 5 MB size is of course because most textures in this mod rely on vanilla assets. So it might actually look a bit different depending on which texture packs you are using. But one way or another, this shit is simply epic. I got nothing else to say. Except, this is it for this episode. Links to all mods, as always, in the description below. Don't forget to enjoy the mods you like. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. I thank you all for watching. Don't fly too high, or you might get your wings burned. I know what I'm talking about. So stay safe, and see you around.